This week I am cooking all of our meals from the pantry. Tonight I'm gonna make a big old pot of chili. In my pantry, I have an onion and I need to grab a hold of that. On my Lazy Susan, I need the French onion soup and 2 cans of beans, this big old can of diced tomatoes. I need sugar, and then behind that is flour. I just need a little bit of flour. So both of these containers are coming with me. I need some salt, chili powder, garlic powder, oregano. In my refrigerator, I need Tabasco. In my soup pot, I have 2 pounds of burger along with probably a half of a great big onion chopped up. I just added a teaspoon of garlic powder, 3 tablespoons of chili powder, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 1.5 teaspoons of dried oregano, teaspoon of sugar, can of the French onion soup, 1 tablespoon of flour, a half a teaspoon of Tabasco. This does not make the chili too spicy or hardly spicy at all. It just adds really good flavor. I'm gonna give this a really good stir, mixing all these ingredients into that burger. I'm gonna set this on low, and this is gonna simmer for about an hour. Covered. I found this recipe online. It is actually by Paula Deen. It's hard to find nowadays, so I will definitely have it below. But once I made this chili, it has become our all-time favorite chili. I really do not make another kind of chili other than this one. So this has been simmering for about an hour. Oh my goodness, this smells so good. Now I am adding the diced tomatoes undrained, and I rinsed and drained both of those cans of the kidney beans. Give this a really good stir, mixing the beans and the tomatoes into the chili. I'm gonna let this cook for another 30 minutes and then it will be ready for us to serve up. Because this chili makes quite a bit, you can always freeze it. It's really good to turn it into like chili dogs, or even just eat a nice bowl of chili for lunch for the week too. So for toppings and stuff for the chili, I have regular sour cream, light sour cream. I have some fat-free cheese for me, and then regular for Jason and Timothy. And I also have some Fritos because I love Fritos on the bottom of my chili. Tonight I'm making a meal that I really don't make too often. I don't know why, I just don't think about it, and it's chicken quesadillas. And when I was thinking about it, chicken quesadillas, you can do many different things with them. You can make them with taco seasoning, you can grill the chicken, you can add all kinds of different things to change the flavor of a quesadilla. Plus, I always have tortilla wraps in my pantry, and taco seasoning I always have in my pantry. So I've got to figure out exactly what ingredients I'm going to use to put these together, but no matter what, they're going to be delicious. All right, these are the seasonings I've decided to use on the chicken. So I have some salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and I'm going to use this Southwest Chipotle by Mrs. Dash. This stuff has got really good flavor with a little bit of a kick. As soon as that Southwest Chipotle seasoning hits the heat of the pan, man, that smells good. Every time I use it, I'm like, I should use this more often. It's just got like this hint of a smokiness to it. It is so good. If you haven't tried it, you should. You should be able to get it at Walmart. But I have a little bit of chicken going on in the back there in that pan for Cooper. If you don't know Cooper, he is our almost 2-year-old puppy. Oh, he'll be 2, I think, in September. It's crazy. Okay, now I need to get back in the pantry and get out some more items. I always have these on hand. Love these things. So I'm gonna get out a pack of these and swing around here. I have some bacon bits. It's a reduced sodium real bacon pieces by Great Value. So I'm gonna grab out some onion, get some of that chopped up, and cheese. I also have guacamole, sour cream, and salsa, but I'm gonna get that stuff out closer to when we are ready to use it. You know it's gonna be good when you see the seasonings on it, right? It smells really good, so I think we're creating something wonderful here. Oh Hey, a quick reminder, tomorrow I'm having a t-shirt party on my Facebook. I will have it linked below. This party is going to include fall and Halloween t-shirts. My sister puts the shirts together, does the prints. She's amazing. And you see me wearing a lot of her kind of t-shirts on this channel. I'm thinking, for me, I am going to use the olive oil spray to spray my tortillas. And then I'll also have like butter out too in case anybody wants butter instead of olive oil spray. But I think this is what I'm gonna use to toast mine up. It's such a simple meal that I'm gonna continue to keep it simple with a side, and I am going to set out these chips. These are just a deli style tortilla chip and they're seasoned, and I think just chips and chicken quesadillas is gonna be a perfect meal. It has turned into a rainy evening. We were all just, you know, busy doing stuff around the house. Jason was working and all of a sudden we heard thunder and I was like, was that thunder? And Cooper like ran to the front window and was looking because he thought somebody was here. Yeah, we don't get rain too much here in this part of Texas. But yeah, and then all of a sudden it just started downpouring and I was like, oh, it's raining, yay! So I was excited about that because we need the rain. It's been so hot here this summer. Not complaining, I love it, but we need the rain too. So moral of the story, it's just kind of gray and gloomy and you know, like where you're just kind of drowsy and tired. That's what it is this evening. So this will be a really good simple meal just to tuck ourselves in, watch some TV and eat. Okay, now me and my guys are discussing the whole quesadilla thing and wow, we've come up with some ideas. Okay, so Justin suggested you could do like potatoes in a quesadilla and I was like, oh yeah, you could make it like a Mexican style with some potatoes and things. You could do refried beans in it. And Jason suggested fajita, like, so make it like a fajita quesadilla, like with bell peppers and onions and all of that. Cooper just licked the stand, that's why the camera went. Yeah, I know, he's ready for dinner. But yeah, there's so many different ways to do quesadillas. What's your favorite way to make a quesadilla? Now I need some ideas. Okay, so this is the first one. Now that I have it in the pan, I was like, I have to flip that. I have a big, like a wider spatula, so I'm gonna try this, but this might prove fun. Look at that. I flipped it like a professional. Like I know what I'm doing. That spatula worked really well. This is the first one. I'm not saying that this is gonna be that easy with all of them and they're all gonna look so golden and beautifully. Oh my goodness. Taco Bell would be jealous. Just kidding. So mine doesn't look really pretty, but it sure smells good. So I have some sour cream, guacamole, salsa on mine. Does anybody else's look pretty?
No. Mine does.
Justin's looks pretty. Justin, you don't have anything on yours.
Yeah.
I'm moving it so they can see the chicken. Ooh, yummy.
Delicious.
Tonight I am making sloppy joes. Now this one is a little different than any normal sloppy joe. Jason found this recipe years ago and we fell in love with it. What makes this recipe different? It has some vegetables that you wouldn't expect in there, and it also has a little bit of barbecue sauce. The barbecue sauce gives it that little something special. All right, I need tomato sauce, some garlic, and barbecue sauce, which is under here. I'm gonna use the Bullseye Original. This sloppy joe recipe is an excellent way to sneak in vegetables. In my pan, I have chopped up some onion, carrots, red pepper, and celery. I'm gonna add lean ground beef to this. Now that the burger's cooked up a little bit, I'm gonna add a clove of garlic. Give this a good stir and let it continue cooking. I chopped up a lot of potatoes. I didn't think there were this many, but there was some very large potatoes, so that's okay. We'll eat them. And I gotta still season them. I'm probably just gonna keep it with simple seasonings, and I gotta get this air fryer going. And now I'm adding 2 8-ounce cans of tomato sauce and a 1/4 cup of barbecue sauce. I'm just gonna let this simmer together so that the beef picks up the flavor of the 2 sauces and dinner will be done. This is another recipe that heats up really well for lunches or you can turn it into what we call sloppy dogs. And instead of a chili dog, we put the sloppy joe over top of a hot dog. Oh my goodness, it is so good. If you have not tried a sloppy dog, you definitely gotta give that a try. But if you wanna just freeze your leftovers, you can do that too. Okay, so this is mine. I like pickles on my sloppy joes. I usually do ketchup, but I'm not doing ketchup. And then the potatoes, I seasoned them with some paprika, salt, garlic powder, and onion powder. I am keeping dinner super simple tonight. I am going to make tomato soup and toasted cheese sandwiches. Grabbing my cheese, I like the Velveeta, and then my guys like the Deli Deluxe. I always make the tomato soup with milk. I use 2%. And it makes it nice and creamy and perfect. We've tried it with water before and it just isn't the same. But it's probably because me and Jason both were raised on the kind with the milk in it. I love easy meals like this. And Jason's over here making the toasted cheese sandwiches. Look at that stack. How many are you having, 2?
Me and Tim are both having 2.
Yum.
We don't have toasted cheese often enough.
Be able to fit a lot in that pan.
Taking advantage of it.
Taking it, yeah. Aw, you do too. Oh my goodness, you are telling a sad story. There's not sad.
We don't have toasted cheese very often.
And we have saltines way up there. Jason!
Uh-huh.
I can't reach.
Why?
Oh. Well, that's not very nice. What the heck? Who are you trying to act like, mister?
Nobody.
So I always put saltine crackers in mine. Sometimes we even do the oyster crackers. Those are really good too. And then here's the toasted cheese. That's a perfect, yummy dinner. The recipe that I'm using tonight is new to us, but I have everything in my fridge and my pantry to put it together. So it is a copycat air fryer Cracker Barrel chicken. They say chicken tenderloins, but I'm not gonna use chicken tenderloins. I'm gonna use chicken breasts that are just cut up. So let's go to my fridge first, pull everything out of there, and then we'll go to my pantry. Okay, we need Italian dressing. Perfect, just right in the front. I'm gonna use the Olive Garden Italian. I need garlic and lime juice. In my pantry, I need honey, salt, and pepper. In a bowl, I am going to add 1/2 cup of the Italian dressing, 1 tablespoon of honey, 2 teaspoons of lime juice, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, and a garlic clove minced. I'm gonna give this a really good stir. I'm gonna put my chicken into this marinade. It said to make sure that the chicken is completely covered. And then I'm going to put a lid on this, put it in the refrigerator, and let it set for a couple of hours. I have a little bit of potatoes in this bag, and I have a good sized sweet potato. So Jason started my oven. Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
It's on 350, and I'm going to bake these potatoes. Timothy's not crazy about just a regular potato, so I'm gonna let him have this one. Although I love these, but whatever. For the baked potatoes, after I wash them, I'm gonna put some olive oil on the outside of them, and then also I'm gonna put some salt and put them in the oven, and they're gonna cook for a little while, and oh, they are so good that way. Have you tried them like that? If you haven't, you should. Okay, it's almost 5 o'clock, and I was reading the recipe. So it's saying, don't overcrowd your air fryer. I might have to work in batches, and I'm going to be air frying it on 400 degrees for 10 minutes, flipping it halfway through. I think I'm actually gonna go longer than 10 minutes. I'm gonna check it with the thermometer. I'll get that out. That's in this drawer right here. Then I'll get it put in the air fryer and get going because the potatoes are almost done. And it also says to spray my air fryer. This smells so good. Wow, I'm excited to try this recipe. All right, I'm gonna get some tongs so I can get the chicken into my air fryer and get it cooking. All right, so I checked it with the thermometer and it took it just a couple extra minutes, so definitely make sure you check with a meat thermometer. I'm gonna continue cooking these in batches, but let me tell ya, I think this is a keeper. I told Jason, I said, I think that this would even be good with your chicken marinated and then grill it too. It would be really good. I'm all about using my air fryer, so I'm a happy girl. You have to try this. This is awesome. And then for my baked potato, I end up putting a little sour cream, bacon bits, and some cheese on it. But oh my goodness, right? And we're also having salad too. And I have fat-free Italian dressing on mine. Don't stop watching now. Here are 2 more videos for you to enjoy. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon.